Okay, this is a common question that I get, and people ask when they're the moneyed spouse, what risk do I have in staying married? What problems are on the horizon for me? Well, if I just put it off another 6 months or 12 months until things are better, will that be better for me? And it's impossible for me to say for every circumstance across the board whether it is better or not. But here are the common things that I see when people wait too long. And that's the number one cause of cost more than there should be in a divorce case, is hanging on too long. When we see folks hang on too long, especially with kids involved, the kids go missing, or they're struggling in school, or we don't know where they're staying even though they're local, we know they're in town, but we don't know what house, all kinds of terribly traumatic and damaging things because people wait too long. When they're on the cusp of being amicable or friendly or kind with one another, that's about the best time to do it. Because if you're getting over that threshold where it's war, problems are going to start mounting and the costs are going up and up and up. So if there are kids involved, that's a very serious consideration. And if you don't have it, you should ask my team for the video on the value of the standing domestic relations order because of that very issue. Second, if you're the moneyed spouse or you're the person that has access to more capital, you have to be mindful that every moment you stay married or you have not filed a petition, the debts that are being incurred by your spouse are still marital debts. Those are your debts. So if you have someone on the other side who's not pulling the same rope as you are and they're spending more than you're trying to save, that recipe is going to continue negatively in your direction. Also, if you're the moneyed spouse and you're the one who's looking at potentially paying spousal support, the length of your marriage increases the length that you may have to pay alimony for. So if you're married for between 0 and 7 years, then you're more likely to spend or pay rather a very short period of term of alimony. 7 to 17 years is what's called the gray area, the middle duration. 17 and over, there is a written presumption of permanent alimony. Permanent. So to be on the edge or the fringe of 15, 16, 17 years and be considering a delay can prejudice you terribly. Likewise, if there's a presumption of permanent alimony at 17 years and you're in year 19 and your spouse is only in his or her 40s or 50s, you're more likely to get that presumption defeated and diminish a permanent alimony award or eliminate it. If it's now into the 30th year of marriage or 25th year of marriage, you have a much harder time to try to bring that number down. So there are very real financial considerations. And I know some of you are probably thinking, well, the money's not all of it. And we agree. We absolutely agree. But that's the very reason why we have postnuptial agreements that take the money out of the equation. That's the very reason that if you reach a settlement agreement in your case and you're comfortable with reconciling, or you don't reach a settlement resolution and you want to reconcile, you dismiss your petition and you remain happily married. Or you go to counseling and you pursue it after you've protected yourself. The two are not mutually exclusive. You see, you don't have to be a rotten scoundrel and protect yourself. They don't go hand in hand. You can protect yourself and be a kind, loving person. You're only responsible for yourself. You're responsible to your spouse. You shouldn't be depleting assets, hiding money. We would never advocate for a client to do that, ever. But we also will use the statutes and the tools presented to us to protect you and put you in the best position so you can do with your money what you would like. Because gratuitousness doesn't end because you get divorced. If your kids need more money or you want to give your spouse more money or there's hard times and you feel benevolent, do it. No one's stopping you. But it's very different than when someone in a black robe who knows very little about you or about your children, well, albeit well-meaning, it's very different from them telling you how you're going to spend your money, which to me means how you're going to spend your life. Because spending your money is one thing, but most people trade their time for their money. So you're basically trading your future life for the money to pay someone else. And that may not be what you want to do with the rest of your life. So keep it in mind that it's incredibly important to know what you're facing if you delay a case because of some other motivation and the risks that you have on the financial side. Thank you.